Welcome back, YouTube. I almost said welcome back, MSQ. We are continuing MSQ today, and we're speaking with Alpha Node for the quest called Two Sides of a Coin. To think that the three of us plumbed to the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. Shortly after we parted ways, I heard that she had taken to the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery. Precisely where to I never learned, though I suspect that was by design. So, she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, did she? My apologies for keeping you waiting. There's probably some epic music behind this, Right then, shall we be off? Tatsuru never ceases to impress, though for a moment, I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. That was me! Praise the 12th she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wearing matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studio when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, Sister, please. She was not my... can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? So be it. Another time, perhaps. To be honest, Amask, I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint you. I pray you will forgive me if I do. Welcome to the fight. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur. Nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't. That is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Oh, we pray return. I bet you I have like 2 or 1 more Aetherite passes for Vesper Bay. Let's see. We're going to put the music back on. I have 2 more. I have 2 more. So I'm just going to assume at the very least we're going to come back to the Waking Sands one more time after this. Because I don't use them for anything else. Like, I specifically only use them for when I need to pray return. I don't just be coming back willy-nilly. Absolutely not. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphanode? Would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have 2 objectives at this time, to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixos' plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Asians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this day I'd received tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Mirthal. Olga Morrow stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother, Oriange, is there anything else you would like to say? Alice? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tell of a promising tome, the Garum Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. She said you a sussy baka. Rayon just got blue quests? Primal Nature. Whirl of a Time. Corrupted Shiva. We're just gonna accept all these. Are these for the extremes? Might be for the extremes, yeah. That's probably for the extremes. Alright, anyways. 2 sides of a coin to Lunasia to Camp Overlook. Seven hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Well, fancy that. Just when my kobold problems look like they're coming to a head, the scions of the Seventh Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing it is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. So our friendly neighbors in Ugamaro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scout spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? A kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianji's information, yes, but to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. Alice is looking where I would think to look. Zoom out. Zoom out a little. There you are. Y'all think he went down? Sure did. Stay back. Away, far back. I'm not a... it's no use. Pointless. Hopeless. No use. Please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk. fast. This was a stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will... You found me again. What to do, what to do, what to do. I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. So please, please do not hurt me. So this is why Kobold infiltrate. This is our Kobold wily... Fuck you, Alice. So this is our wily Kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. You could very well give one a bruised knee. So, we've got him. Fine work, Scions. So, little one. But you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No. I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least I will be a Pikmin one day. Well met, Gabu. I'm Alphanode, and this is my sister Alice. MSQ, the man who found you is our friend. And now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloyden here thinks that you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu. But you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, all right? Not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, he's... The Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him. Beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry. Raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have irons in their hearts, they would be service cokers for the furnace. And the guards took my parents and others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? I do not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of bossy fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. But the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too. So please, help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready just in case. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. If they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. Heard, Great Father, Titan loves crystals. Cherishes, covets, loves them, and we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come. Very good, Gabu. But I was thinking just the same. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. Together, we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly. Do you have them all? Good. Lead on, Kabu.
This way, this way.
Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother! Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Korithus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Wildbrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, as Thancred speculated.
I don't understand. Who are the Asians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too?
Never you mind about that. As Alisei said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Kabu?
Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. This next one is the last and is very large. Very big, very huge, very large.
Though you cast about for a time, you see no sign of the crystals. Confound it. What about you, MSQ? Any luck?
Nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. I saw.
Think, brother, think. They must have moved then, yes? The question is where to and why. Within Ogumoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again, is the only explanation.
What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them.
We will, Gabu, we will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Boyden's custody. We do not make them take them into the bowels of the mountain. The crystals, MSQ, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloyden on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetheryte within the Ugumaro mines that should deliver you to the Navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action, but if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother.
This way.
I think I have to go around... Or this one, yeah. I take it this is the aetheryte we seek? Right then. As soon as Alpha Node arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there.
Quickly, you clods. Briskly, swiftly, quickly. I will not suffer any further delays.
Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day.
Overdwellers here. But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they?
They're being sacrificed. Oh.
Father? Father?
Look for the furnace.
You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, Alice, not yet.
I understand, Patriarch. I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace.
Another peace to be abandoned at the overdweller's convenience. Oath breakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oath breakers. You take and you take and you take. And when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live. That our god drains the land of ether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come back for you, and I did. I'm here. Say something, please. Please.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's gonna hurt my voice. Oh, his crying out summon Titan.
Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Wake up!
Damn, that one little kobold was enough to summon. I think he's gonna turn on his own little worshippers because of the prayer, right? Yup.
Seven hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh shit.
Alphinaud, leave him to me. We must away.
The 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. This anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this oh my god. This isn't even Arianje, bro. Let's start over. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation, I almost got through it, of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal. The longer we leave him to bleed the land of Aether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Okamoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops and the cycle will continue. Mask, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Thank you, my friend. Alisai and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you. So this is it hard? Hang on, because we've already done the naval hard. Really? Nah, hold up. Hold up. Oh yeah, confront Titan and okay. What level am I? 65? I can't do it solo. Can I do it as a trust? I don't think so. No, I can't. Alright, we'll see you when the queue pops. Alright, we're gonna get to queue pop because FC member is helping, actually, my cousin Fate. So let's go ahead and pop in. It's just weird to me. It's odd to me that they have you doing it again, an already completed duty, but I guess they can't force you to do extreme, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go to Camp Overlook. This way. Oh, come on. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Wait, it just clicked for me. Sorry, it just clicked for me. I understand why they had you go back and do it again, and it's because, like Alpha Node said, this summoning of Titan wouldn't be as strong. He's weaker because they hadn't planned to summon him so early, and he was in fact felt very weak. So, because we're higher level than when we first encountered it. Okay, because we're like 65 and it's a level 50 duty. Anyways, good. There has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but We cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death like any other thrall. Such as the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it, but we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Isao's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters. Informing Commander Bloyden of Titan's demise, for example, may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal. There ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong. We were all prepared to do our part. We weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you have lots of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve, and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end?
Sorry.
To ignore the plight
Smash
of
my
those
headset
one
against the
might
mic.
conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the Warriors of Darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Let's see. I traveled far and wide with two companions, Estinian and Isael, who were very...
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say! It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
I fucking knew it! That's why the bitch wears goggles, so we don't see what color his eyes are.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands?
Sorry, but
Ophelia, my friends,
nope.
I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
Good, because I have no sympathy for you.
Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Unforgiven. What ho, Mesk? I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Ishtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation, so Emmerich believes that it's only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where's Alice? She was here a moment ago, with Gabu. Let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloyden, something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. Not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance. Till he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to... I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. Never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. Thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. to... Oh, there you go. There you go. This is the it's the last Vesper Bay ticket I have. We'll see if it is indeed the very last time we come here to the Waking Sands. I hope it is. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogomoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warrior of Darkness could make matters worse. It's by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Gruin oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warrior of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye. All is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined? Frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the warrior darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know their either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. And if that is true, then no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Hey, let's go! Come on, start bridging the gap. I need to be in Stormblood. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this has to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Unless thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralvar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Elaine Roy's network of spies. Surely you jest, and yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant, forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Ask Alice, you will come with me to Little Alamigo. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. Dang, she's still giving him the stink eye. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alpha Node, Alice, MSQ. Are you 3 listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emeric's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Wait a moment, there's more. I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Elaine Roe, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Ishtola next, but there is someone else you would have me notify first. No, there isn't. Okay, so I'm on track with what Alice is thinking, I believe, in that how did Urianger know? How did Urianger come to know? What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time as the Livia estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Alamigo awaits. We've got an Aetheryte. And that's actually going to do it for this block. Please like the video if you enjoyed shenanigans. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. And we'll see you in the next one here at Little Alamigo.